as we seen in our last video, we discussed about the control the conveyors. Two kind of conveyors. One is the sub conveyor and the main conveyor. By using the two conveyor control, we are going to pack the some products like the value of 5 ranges. Value of 5 ranges. Okay. So on the video, we having some kind of inputs and some kind of outputs. Okay. The inputs are the push buttons, stop, start, and then second one will be having a X2 sensor, X3 sensor. X2 sensor will be used for product sensing. X3 sensor which is used for box sensing, empty box sensing. And then these are the some inputs. These are the inputs, and then will be having some output values like Y2, sorry, Y0, Y1, Y2. So Y0 will be as our sub conveyor. So Y1 is our main conveyor. Y2 is our cylinder. Retraction cylinder for the closing the boxes, and then Y3 is another box closing cylinder. Okay, like you can see in this video also, like this only. So these are the two cylinders. These are the two cylinders. Y2 is the same cylinder which is used for to close the boxes on both same sides. Okay. So Y3 is the it's a kind of cylinder used for to close the box on the same way. Okay. So next we're seeing about the circuit diagram about the for the same logic. Okay, we're having some Siemens PLC hardware like DVP12, SE2, and then we'll be having some digital inputs and analog inputs, and then digital inputs, digital outputs, analog inputs. Okay, and then initially we'll be having one single source input it will be grounded by using SMPS joint, and then we will be having 24 volt DC input for the common start button. We will be joined in X0 and X1. Okay, we will be having input names like X0, X1, X2, X3, X4, X5 like that as well, and then here also we'll be having Y0, Y1, Y2, Y3 as like that. Okay. So in the screen we'll be having only how we can connect the inputs. Okay. As I explained in the last video, you'll be having the input sensor like X0, X1, X2. So X0 is the product sensor. X1 is used for start and stop purpose, and then our single source joint will be used for grounding purpose. So we'll be having some parallel connection for the start and stop button. Okay. On the down the side we'll be having some output connections. Okay. So in the screen you can see we'll be having our output connection in the down the side. So we have two kind of outputs, and then one is the sub conveyor, another is the main conveyor. It will be connected in that our Y0 and Y1. It will be having two kind of cylinders. Okay, one is the solenoid valve one cylinder, solenoid valve two cylinders, and another one is the third cylinder Y3. That means we're using for the single folding purpose. But in the solenoid valve 1 and 2 we use for two-fold purpose. Okay. So we'll be having two kind of contractors which is connected with relay. Okay. So we'll be getting the input from the relay only, and then we'll be having a parallel support for the 24 input DC, and then 230 volt AC supply will be getting to our two contracts like main conveyor and sub conveyor, and then another edge of our contract will be getting connected to the neutral. Okay, and then in the series, so you'll be having two kind of surfaces. One is the input points and the output points. In input points, you'll be joining the signal source to our ground SMPS, and then X0, X1 is the product sensor, the empty box sensor. It is used connected here, and then in last we'll be having another ground value is the Y0, right? So Y0, and then Y0 here in the two kind of contractors will be joined to our sub conveyor and main conveyor, and the last two will be joined to our two cylinders like Y1, Y2 and Y3. Y2 will be separate folder. Okay. So SP is mentioned as a solenoid valve. Okay. When the solenoid valve is enabled, the cylinder getting extended. And then with the cylindrical retraction, the cylinder getting to the retraction. Okay, so we'll be having a two kind of supplies. One is the 24-volt DC supply and 2230 volt AC supply. Okay. So in the video, sorry, on the images, you can see we having a it's a one kind of input for the product sensing. It's another input for the empty box checking. Okay, and then another one is used for two kind of conveyors. One is the sub conveyor and then main conveyor, and then Y2 output and Y3 output. Okay, so yeah, you having a four outputs and then you having a two inputs. Yeah, that means X2 input, X3 input. Okay. So as of now in this video, we seen about how we using the circuit diagram for our logic. So on our next video, we seeing about how we can connect the PLC to the same logic. Thank you.